Welcome to Roman to Yoga. If you're new here, I'm Casey. Make your way to your mat and slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Lengthen your legs out long, stretch your arms overhead, turn your head to look left and right a couple of times. Flex your feet, place your hands at heart center, and set an intention for today's yoga sequence. It can be a word or phrase. Whatever first comes to your mind. Don't overthink it. Turn your head to look left, return to center, and turn your head to look right. Place a bend in your knees and gently rock from left to right. Draw your low belly in and up. Breathe in your nose and out through your mouth. Go slow. Let your knees rest in your palms. Lower your feet down towards the mat. Extend your legs long. Flex your ankles. And walk your feet towards the right edge of your mat. Lift your arms up overhead. Clasp your hands overhead. And pick up your upper body and move it towards the right. Shake your head to the left and right a few times. Find the next neutral position. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel the stretch all along the side of your body. If it's uncomfortable to rest your elbows down on the ground, feel free to pause this video and grab some pillows off your bed and bring the floor closer to you. Remember, this is your yoga practice, so you should do what feels good in your body. If you're newer to yin yoga, the postures are held for a few minutes. This allows the body to go into the connective tissue. My voice is going to go away after I set you up for the postures, so you can draw your attention to the right here and the right now. Scoot your feet to the center of the mat. Lower your arms down along your sides, return to center, and then walk your feet over towards the left edge of your mat. Clasp your hands up above your head and make your way to the left. Shake your neck out a few times. Find stillness. Close your eyes. Flex your feet. Lift and spread your toes. Feel the stretch all along the side of your body. Create space between the top and bottom rows of teeth and breathe deeply. Release the pose and come to the center of your mat. Lift your arms up above your head and feel the stretch. Lower them down along your sides. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, lower them down. If you notice that your upper back is going into an intense back bend, no need to touch the hands on the floor today. Meet yourself where you're at. You're exactly where you need to be. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Draw your right knee in and clasp your hands around your shin. Draw your chin down and back and feel the stretch in your leg. Flex your feet. Lower your right knee towards your left. Notice that your hips are stacked. Extend your right leg long and take the next neutral position. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel the stretch in your body. Focus your attention on the right here and the right now. All you have is this very present moment. Release the posture, extend your legs long, and then place all four corners of your right foot into your left thigh. Notice that your foot doesn't rest on your knee. Either place it above the knee or below, but not on. Clasp your hands above your head and shake your head out a few times. Find the next neutral position. Draw your chin down and back. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Release your foot, extend the legs long, lift your arms up overhead, and take a full body stretch. Flex your feet, draw your left knee into your chest. Draw your chin down and back, and breathe deeply. Gently guide your mind back to this space if it has begun to drift, thinking about your to-do list. Everything will be waiting for you once you finish your yoga practice. Commend yourself for making time for yourself. Sometimes the hardest part can just be to get on your mat. Guide your knee over to your right and stack your hips. Place your arms in the T position or continue to support the knee with your hand. Get comfy. Flex your feet. Draw your navel point in and up. Breathe deeply. On your next breath, release the posture. Extend the legs long. Draw all four corners of the left foot into the right thigh. Flex your ankles. Notice that your foot is rested above the knee or below, but try not to push onto that knee joint. Clasp your hands above your head and feel the stretch all across your upper body. And feel as your hips open up. Close your eyes. Soften the muscles in your face. Relax Feel the mat beneath you. Feel the temperature of the room. Notice if there are any sounds outside the room. Acknowledge them. Let them pass through you, and gently guide your mind back to the present moment. Release the pose, extend the legs long, place your arms in the T position. Step your feet to the wide edge of the mat. Notice that your pinkies graze the floor. Notice that your hands are in line with your shoulders. Lower your knees to the right as you take your gaze to the left, and then lower your knees to the left as you take your gaze to the right. One breath with one movement. No need to rush through this windshield wiper motion. Slow down. Meet yourself where you're at. You're exactly where you need to be. Remember, you made it here. You made time for you. It can be so hard just to take a moment in your life and pause and unroll your mat. Next time your knees lower to the right, pause. Pick up your right foot and place it just above your left knee. Take your gaze to the left. Notice if your hand has begun to creep upward or downward. Gently guide your hand back into alignment with your shoulder and breathe deeply. Release the bind and lower your knees to the left. Take your gaze to the right. Pick up your left foot and place it just above your right knee. Notice if your hand has begun to creep upward or downward. Slide the hand to align with your shoulders. Now, if it's uncomfortable to do so, meet yourself where you're at. Your body is your best teacher. It will tell you where you need to go. Sensation, but never pain. Always modify. Close your eyes and focus on the present moment. Feel the stretch in your body. Draw your navel point a little bit closer to your spine and breathe deeply. Release the pose. Step your feet hip-width distance apart. Clasp your hand behind your right thigh and lift and lower the right foot towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Next time the leg lifts, pause. If you want a little bit more, extend the left leg long. Draw your navel point in and up. Keep a generous bend in your knee. Flex your feet. Draw your navel point in and up. I just said that. Draw your chin down and back. Create space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Never clench your face during a yoga practice. If you can't soften the muscles in your face, how can you soften some of the bigger muscles in your body? So notice that on and off the mat. Release the pose. Adjust yourself if you need to. Clasp your hands behind your left thigh. Breathe. Lift and lower the foot a couple of times. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. No need to race through this. One breath with one movement. And next time the foot lifts up, find stillness. Keep a generous bend in your knee. Flex your ankles. Notice if your shoulders are curling up off the mat. Try to press them back into the floor beneath you. See if you can press a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Find your edge. Do your personal best. You're already here. You might as well feel a little bit of sensation. Release the pose, draw your knees into your chest, and gently rock from left to right a few times. Digest what you just did. Lower your feet down towards the ground. Gently press all four corners of the feet into one another. Let your knees lower towards your mat. Clasp your hands up above your head and let your elbows rest on the floor. And feel the stretch in your chest. Close your eyes. Focus on your breath. And if you set an intention at the beginning of today's yoga practice, I invite you to revisit it at this time. If you didn't set one, I invite you to do so. Remember, don't overthink it. Just pick the first thing that comes to your mind. There's no wrong answers in today's lesson. Pick up your upper body and move it towards the right. Feel the stretch on the left side of your body. Notice how this feels towards the end of the class compared to the beginning of the class. Does the sensation feel any different with your feet pressed into one another as opposed to the thighs glued to one another? Never judge this information. You're just collecting data. Make your upper body to the opposite side and feel the stretch on your right side body. Do you notice any difference on this side of the stretch compared to the other? Once again, you're just collecting data, making some mental notes. No wrong answers here. Extend the feet long. Take a full body stretch. Stretch a little bit taller, a little bit longer. Lower your hands down along your sides. Place a bend in your knees. Inhale, lift the hips up off the ground. Squeeze the glutes. You're not going to be here for very long. Today is a stretch, so I'm not trying to work you out. No workouts on Roman yoga. We do feel good stretches, yin, self-massage. We slow down, restart. On your next breath, lower your hips down. Take a moment. Pick up your right foot and place it just above your left knee. Lower the right foot towards the ground and feel the twist. Place your arms in the T position and take your gaze towards your right. Look at your right hand. Where is it at? Is it up? Is it down? Or perhaps it's in line with your shoulder? You know how to guide it back. Do so at this moment. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Focus on the twist. Release the pose. Pick up the left foot and place it above the right knee. Lower the left foot towards the mat. Feel the twist. Take your gaze to the opposite direction. Check the alignment of your hand. Make sure it's in line with your shoulder. Modify if needed. Draw your navel point in and up. Soften the muscles all along your face. Keep focusing on the posture at hand. If you think about what is to come, you miss out on the present moment. Release the pose. Lift the legs up and lower them down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Keep your core tight, tucked, and engaged. Next time your feet lift up, pause. Draw your chin down and back. Press your shoulders into the mat beneath you. A little bit more, a little bit more. Keep a generous bend in your knees, but feel the stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. This pose can also be done against the wall. Have you tried legs up to the wall? It's been one of my personal favorites. Let me know your favorite yoga pose in the comments below. On your next breath, release your hands from your legs. Place a bend in your knees. Separate your knees and begin to rock from left to right a couple of times. Massage out your lower spine. Find stillness. Separate your knees apart and clasp your hands to the inside of your feet. Draw your knees towards your underarms. Bend and straighten the right foot a couple of times. If this is uncomfortable, no need to add the movement. You may stay in stillness, whatever feels best for you. Now find stillness on the right and bring movement to the left-hand side. Bend and straighten your left knee a couple of times. Draw your navel point in and up. And now find stillness and draw both your knees towards your underarms. Close your eyes. Focus on the posture at hand. You're almost there. Breathe deeply. Breathe through the posture. And as your body calls you out, ever so gently, release your hands from your feet. But if you want a little bit more, keep going. Draw your knees into your chest. Circle your knees in one direction. Circle your knees in the opposite direction. Breathe deeply. Find stillness. Lower your feet towards the ground. Make your way to a comfortable seated position. Draw your hands to heart center. And always, always commend yourself for making time for you. I hope you have an awesome day, and let me know what kind of yoga videos you'd like to see.